Please join your palms. Let us welcome Reverend Ginger. Ginger 교무님.
Good morning. Today I am up here with one clear purpose. More than one actually, but one clear purpose I have right now is to make my talk be audible. Especially to Rafe and Isabel and to all of you. So do you hear me okay? Am I loud and strong enough? Okay. It has been 4 months now since I settled myself in the One Dharma Center. And I have been learning about my new life in this different environment. And while I have been learning about my new life, I've also been searching for something fun that would lighten my days. When those of you who are sitting here look out the window, you can see that the One Dharma Center offers spectacular views. Clearly, it has wide open views during the daytime, but it also offers great nighttime views. I can say that one of my joys living in the One Dharma Center is observing nighttime. More specifically, observing nighttime energy. From the perspective of energy, the universe is nothing but energy. According to Taoism, the quality of energy varies depending on the time of day. Nighttime is believed to be a period when energy is efficiently cultivated. This valuable energy boosts the life force of living beings. The practice of cultivating night energy is commonly practiced in Won Buddhism. There is a name for the cultivation of nighttime energy. The name is 존야기. 존야기. And it literally means preserving night energy. This practice of 존야기 is a way to cultivate the efficient and valuable energy of the night. Sotaesan, the founding teacher of Won Buddhism, said to his disciples that nighttime is my own time. Although he spent his entire life working to establish a new spiritual community and teaching people, Sotaesan spared the evening for himself. Not only Master Sotaesan, but many Won Buddhist teachers I know also practice 존야기 for their own spiritual cultivation. So, what do they do to cultivate night energy? They would probably do some forms of meditation, but I do not know any details of how they practice it. How do I practice 존야기, preserving night energy? My practice begins with observing the night. First and foremost, I turn off all the electricities in my room. This includes all the lights, my computer, my cell phone, and any electronic devices. By doing so, I keep myself away from any activities that would possibly consume my energy. And then I sit on my bed and look out through an open window. And simply I watch and listen to the night. Soon after, I am able to see night awakening its unique energy. When we think of night, what probably comes first to our mind is darkness. But darkness is not the only element of night. From my own observation, nighttime also has calm, vivid, and gentle energy within itself. When I remain motionless in my room at night, those night energies fill up my surroundings. And then all I do is let myself tune into those qualities of night. Let me give you a little bit of tour through a typical night. My room faces the northeast, where the two retreat buildings are located. So my room is about that side, and retreat buildings over that direction, you know. Unless there is a retreat going on, it is usually quiet and motionless there. Sometimes I find that a room light is on in a supposedly empty building. So what do? When I notice it, I report it to the Kyumonim who is in charge. Maybe she doesn't like that report much, but I do it because I saw it. I also enjoy watching nature and hearing wildlife from my room. There are two events I like the most among what nature does at night. They are thunderstorms and coyotes. Because of the One Dharma Center's vast and open expanse, when there are thunderstorms, I can clearly see lightning touching down on the ground. It feels a bit scary, but I love seeing that. Those stormy nights almost always excite me. What about coyotes? Have you heard them singing? Yes, right? Once in a while, I hear their howling sound. It begins with the sound of a few, and soon after, they start to echo each other, which makes a great choir. Ever since I've heard coyotes singing, I've become a fan. I like the magnificent sound they spontaneously create. As a matter of fact, I heard them singing last night. It wasn't quite good as before, the last time I heard. However, these exciting events happen only once in a while. Usually, the nighttime remains quiet. And so, I simply immerse myself in the atmosphere of the night and see and hear whatever is happening. On those quiet nights, I listen to the crickets and all the other night bugs while they are making their monotonous rhythms of song. I listen to the gentle breeze as it passes through the branches of the trees and brushes the leaves on the ground. Simply listening to these sounds soothes me. This is how I feel the calm and gentle energy of night. My 존야기 practice continues. After tuning myself with nighttime and what night energy does, I reflect on my day and check my mind to see if there are any unresolved feelings remaining in my heart. And then I say a little prayer for people I care about and for the world to become a better place. And finally, I rest myself in my danjeon and meditate for a while. I am finding this ritual a useful way to end my day. And I am finding that the One Dharma Center is a great place to support my nighttime routine. Let us think about how we usually use our time at night. What do you do before going to sleep? Some of you might use the time to work extra hours to meet some deadlines from your work. Or some of you may spend your time aimlessly clicking internet browser buttons. Or you may watch YouTube videos or TikTok to avoid boredom while lying in your bed. How we end our day affects how we start our day the following morning. This is because our energy from the previous night is carried into the following morning. It is important for us to be attentive to how we close our day. One habit I developed from my seminary days is to go to bed early. For us students, it was mandatory for us to turn off the lights in our dorm by 10 p.m. If anyone wanted to study more, they needed to go to a small library in the dorm. I generally ended my activities by 9:30 p.m. and went to bed around the lights off time. This early to bed practice from my seminary days was based on the teachings of Chonyagi. We save night energy by stopping our activities. Here in our center, we adopt the same guidance of room lights off time, especially for retreatants during their retreat. For the past 4 months, living in the One Dharma Center, I have noticed that quite a few people continue to come to this center for a self-retreat. In fact, today we have Elizabeth and Ken, and we have one more person here having their own retreat here. And most of them share that they have such a refreshing time. My guess for why they say so is that the natural surroundings here support them to loosen their presumably otherwise hectic night routine back home. Plus, they go to bed early. Is it true? Thank you for that. Chonyagi is a way to conserve our spiritual energy. When we do not use our energy, it preserves itself. And it becomes easier for us to greet a refreshing morning the following day. Master Taesan, the third Dharma master of One Buddhism, said, "Even though all things in the universe seem to grow during the daytime, they actually grow during the night. All things seem to grow and mature during the springtime, but in fact, they grow during the winter. Night and winter are periods when things remain stationary, at least externally. This motionlessness allows living beings to consolidate their energy for the future. The practice of Chonyagi is a way that energy consolidates into a coherent force. Once energy accumulates during preparation for rest and resting, and it becomes a main source for growth. The practice of preserving night energy, Chonyagi, is a useful reminder of what nighttime is supposed to be, especially for us living in this splendid modern world. Nighttime fills the world with its qualities of gentleness, calmness, and liveliness. Nighttime guides us to rest. The best preparation for having a good rest at night, is to stop our activities even before hitting our head on a pillow. By practicing it, refreshing energy gathers. A sound sleep follows when we finally lay down our body on a bed. Aligning ourselves with this nighttime energy can be such an effortless practice, as long as we agree with the universe and tune ourselves to its natural rhythm. Does this make sense to you? Thank you.
Thank you, Ginger Gyumunim, for sharing your Chonyagi practice with us. Actually, my room in